Okay, so this is just a numeric pin. Okay.
Okay.
And okay, sorry, I'm gonna ask the question again. What are the complexity requirements for the pin?
I'll have to double check. I think it tells you when you're. I think there's a button that you can use to
there
find
we
it
go.
out there. But
I'm sorry.
It is.
Okay, at least 4 digits. It has to. Can't be numerical pattern. Must be 4 digits long. And is this? Yeah, it looks like this is just numeric.
Yeah, just numeric. Yeah. So at this right now, the policy for Windows for these the requirements here are set across all users. And in the future, this is something that you can set. You'll be able to set based on individual groups. So you can have different groups have different requirements if you wanted to.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, looks like it's. Connected up. You said it was on yours. You said it was setting up Windows. Hello, sorry, I kind of lost my spot trying to catch up. So okay, sign in options. Yeah, it looks like security policies and PC referring so much being shown. Do you have? Let's see here. So yeah, it looks like. Still have some stuff grayed out. So, So what stuff do you have? I'm just trying to compare what's on your screen and what's on my screen. Right now, looks like I have. If you go to sign-in options.
Yeah.
So
you should have Windows Hello available on your device. I don't because this is just a virtual machine, so it doesn't have any of the anything biometric.
Okay, that's probably what's going on. Yeah, because I have a line of tops of security policy on the PC preventing some options from being shown.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, what that's saying is that just because we have Hello for Business configured, it's just saying that you have to use one of them. Is what it's trying to force on there.
Okay.
And then the trusted platform, some of these settings just being in here to make that show up. It's just like group policy.
All right. Sorry to relay stuff. I'm just trying to catch up on there's a lot of stuff happening at once.
Yeah, and that's part of this. And then we're now enrolled. There's a bunch of stuff happening in the background as well to push down policies and setting requirements.
All right. So kind of going back to the whole password PIN process. So it sounds like if they already had a pre-existing password and they add a PIN, they can use either the password or the PIN to sign on, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was trying to show that I had an issue with it, but if we lock it, I should be able to show you here.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see sign-in options, we have password, and then we have PIN.
So there are just two options to do the same thing. Now, if you're on the computer and let's say they don't have if the student's account is not admin, they would have to use the password in order to elevate to admin? Or could they use the PIN too? Actually,
you're able to use either. So to authenticate to an account, you can use PIN or password. PIN is actually considered more secure from a Microsoft perspective because it's not just a PIN. It's actually using cryptographic security tied to the TPM module on the device, and the PIN is just unlocking that key, cryptographic key.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, Windows Hello for Business is actually really cool new feature that looks very simple on overhead, but it's pretty complex underneath.
Okay, that's what was confusing me because I'm still under the assumption, kind of the old thinking of a password is more secure than a PIN.
Yep. So and that makes sense because on the surface it is. You're talking about numeric characters as opposed to alphanumeric. That logically that seems less secure.
Okay, but in this sense, when the Windows Hello, the PIN, even though it's a simpler password, it's actually more secure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly, because the actual authentication that's taking place isn't with the PIN; it's with a cryptographic key,
Okay.
Asymmetric. So there's two keys. There's one stored in on the account, and there's one stored in the TPM module on the device itself. And so the PIN just unlocks that, and then uses those certificates to authenticate.
Okay. And it looks like I also have here on mine. Mine also has picture password and Windows Hello. I'm sorry, the facial recognition. Are those also enabled?
Yeah, so those are enabled as well. Picture password, I don't recommend really using it. I don't think it's secure. It uses the same kind of authentication in the background as a PIN, but it's a lot more easy to duplicate, or a lot easier to duplicate. And then Windows Hello is also a valid option. I use it on my device, on my Surface as well. And that, again, in the background is the same as the PIN, and you actually have to have the PIN set up in order to use Hello. It's just changing what the authentication is on the front end.
Okay, so instead of putting in a numeric code, you're just using your face, but it's using the same process behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you say you don't recommend the picture. Is there a way to turn that off in InTune?
There might be a CSP that we can use. I haven't seen. There's nothing in the actual GUI policies for that, but we can check and see if there's something in the OMA DM list to see if we can do that.
Okay, all right. Because regardless whether or not we tell the students and parents, okay, the best practice is not to use picture password, guaranteed we're going to have some students who are going to want to use a picture password. Though the idea of using the facial recognition is interesting. So we'll have to see how many students jump on that one, because that sounds like a very simple solution. Let's see here. All right. So things are. All right. Yeah. That for now that answers a lot of my questions in terms of like the sign in. But when they unenroll, are they reverted back to just their password, or do they keep the PIN and Windows Hello?
Yeah, so they should keep the PIN and Windows Hello on there, because so one of the other things about Hello is that it's actually tied to the device itself. So It's device specific. So you have to re-enroll this on every device that you configure, because it doesn't leave that. So it's tied to this local account that we've set up, as well as the TPM module on the local device, and that'll stick with that device and that user account as long as that's in there.
Okay, and it's InTune that does a single sign-in to
it's just InTune that's forcing the enrollment, basically.
Okay, and that also provides a single sign-in with Office 365.
Yeah, so the other thing is that when we do the Hello for Business, it integrates that with the work account that we've added, so they'll be able to use that PIN to authenticate using this account if they need to, on any app that supports it.
Awesome. All right, I think we're good on sign-in options.
So interestingly enough, so here we go. Device lock allows simple device password on the desktop. Forcing this off controls the use of picture passwords. So we'll have to just see if that was set. Now policy. I thought I had set it to block simple passwords, but we will see. All right, so while this is going, we've also been doing all of the policy and downloading the apps in the back end. So one thing I want you to pull up is the event viewer. Oh, and you'll actually see right here. So we just have policy agent pushed in, class policy.
Okay, let me bring that up real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like the policy agent got installed.
Yep. So the other thing that's going to come down is Office. So let me know when you have event viewer up.
All right, event viewer's up. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you want to go to the applications and services logs.
All right.
for all of the events to load.
Uh-huh. Oh, wait, the applications and services logs. There we go.
Yeah, so it's going to be Microsoft, then Windows, and then device management. Oh, here we go. Microsoft and Windows. And it will be device management enterprise diagnostics provider. And so this is where everything is logged on the MDM channel. So this is where everything is going on and where everything is being logged to show you what's going on with the connection to InTune. So you can use this for troubleshooting and just basically looking and seeing what's going on. So you'll see right here we have a failure on this as it's trying to push the Wi-Fi profile down because this device doesn't have a Wi-Fi adapter. And so it can't do it.
All right.
And so you'll also see every time it checks in, every time it looks and makes a connection. See if we can get a successful one here. So here we go. It's doing an app installation right there. So the MDM app installer task has started. App install has succeeded. And it actually does give you the product codes. So if you know your MSI product codes, you'll be able to look in there and see which app was installed. So there's a bunch of information here you can use to look and troubleshoot and see what's going on with the device if you're having any issues with the things being pushed down through InTune. Did you have any questions on any events that you're seeing?
There are a few errors that I've noticed are coming here. Like when it says MDM configuration manager command failure status.
One of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, so require retrieve health certificate on boot. That has to do with the Windows 10 health registration. What is it called? Not health registration authority. That was the old one. The new health check that basically is looking for some of those new Windows 10 features to be on. This specific setting is only supported on Enterprise or Education editions, so you're going to get an error on any Pro device there.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few. Few errors that come around.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, MDM push failed to create WNS push channel for MDM push session. All right.
No office yet, but that'll come down.
All right. And will that remove the OEM Get Office app?
It actually doesn't remove that. One thing, there's no real good way of doing that within Windows 10 Pro. Again, Windows 10 Education and Enterprise have a little bit more capabilities around controlling some of those consumer experiences. One thing that you will have later this year, it's coming in H2, is the ability to push down PowerShell scripts and exe applications for installation on Windows 10 devices with the MDM channel, which would give you the ability to do a little bit more control around removing some of those things. As I know there are PowerShell scripts out there that exist out there in order to remove those. We just don't really have the capability to do those right now.
All right. So this will, because the way I'm looking at, I'm looking at one of our OEM surfaces, and it comes with kind of a built-in Office and the Get Office app, and those will not accept a school account. Will this Office install remove those or overwrite those other installations?